today I'm going to be doing a freshman sophomore advice video. I got a lot of positive feedback on my one from last year, and you guys wanted another one for this year, so I decided to do it, and that was my fault. Okay, so number one is orientation, and you probably hear this in almost every freshman advice video, but I honestly think orientation is key to kind of preparing yourself to go into the school. So definitely orientation. In my orientation, at least for school, you get to see where your lockers are, you get to see where your classes are, and you get to meet new people while you're there, and it's just a lot of fun because you just get kind of used to the school and used to the atmosphere, and I just feel a lot more comfortable on the first day of school when I've gone to orientation before. So definitely go to orientation. They usually explain the school a lot, they explain the activities that they have, the clubs that they have. Okay, number two is it's not scary. I just want to put this out there as well. A lot of people are very anxious. Personally, I was not very anxious because mine's one middle school going into one high school, so pretty much all you're doing is switching to a bigger building. I know a lot of people are anxious because it's new people in the school, and that I understand. I understand if you're anxious because it's like new people that you have to meet, and I definitely think that it's not really that scary of a transition. It's change, and change is always very, very, very scary, but I honestly think that high school is just another school. You're going to get used to it after a week or two. You're going to be scared at first, but it's not really a big deal. Okay, number three is meeting new friends. So this is for people there that are going into a high school that kind of had a couple middle schools go in, or even for people who just want to make new friends. Now, I made a couple new friends in high school. I kind of kept a lot of my middle school friends though, but I did meet a couple new friends in high school, and the similarity between all the friends I met in high school was that I all met them through classes, and I don't know why I'm using this pen, but yeah, okay. But I all met them through classes, so classes is the way to meet people, and I think that's because you guys already have like a similarity when you're in a class with someone, and you already have something in common when you're in a class with someone. So especially for sitting next to them, that is perfect. There you go, you have a friend right there. Pretty much you can compare schedules, especially if it's like the first day or two. Compare schedules with them. That's going to be so helpful because then you could be like, oh hey, I have English with you. You want to walk to English together? But I feel like if you can kind of get yourself to be sort of outgoing, that will be very helpful, and just kind of be like very friendly and stuff, and just, oh, what's your schedule? Just like, that's the good part, is asking schedules. It's a good way to make friends freshman year. It's a pretty good way. That's the only way I can really think of, because I either meet friends through that or I'll meet friends through mutual friends. Like sometimes if your friends have friends that you don't know, you can meet other friends through mutual friends. Next is locker and book bag. I'm just going to talk about this real quickly. Okay, locker. I use my locker. I know a lot of people don't. It's a matter of your school, but I love my locker. I use it like twice a day. I use it at the beginning and end, and sometimes the middle of the day, so like 2 or 3 times a day. I'll use my locker. I like to drop off some of my books, some of my lunch stuff in there, my jacket for the winter, when it's the winter time. Just dropping off like stuff, because I know a lot of people like to carry like all their books, like this much books in their hands. I personally hate carrying that many books in my hands, so I'll put like my books for my last half. Oh my gosh. I'll put my books for my last half of the day in my locker, and then I'll come back halfway through the day and pick them up. So something like that, so I'm not carrying that many books. So for book bags, it doesn't matter what book bag you wear. It's not like a dress code rule, like, oh, you're not allowed to wear this. But personally, I like book bags like this. Okay, oh my gosh. Okay, I like book bags like this. This one's just a big brown book bag. I got it for like $20, $25 at Target. It just looks like this. And it has this much room in it. It has a lot of room in it. You could fit like 2 binders and a folder in here, which is very convenient. It has the long strap and the short strap, which is also very convenient as well. So it's just a very convenient book bag, and I love these. Target has really cute book bags, so I use that for school. Okay, next I'm going to talk about the atmosphere of high school. So compared to middle school, you have a lot more freedom. You just can do a lot more things by yourself. Teachers aren't always nagging you about when you have stuff due, but the downside of it is that you have to be very independent, because you have to know when your work is due. I would get a little notebook, like a little mini one that's like this big, and I'll just like write down my stuff for the day, I don't really use like the big planners the school gives me, but definitely get a little notebook, or if you want a planner or something, and write down your stuff, because that's going to help you remember. Freshman year wasn't really too bad for me. There wasn't really any like classes that were really super difficult for me. I found freshman year pretty easy. I think it's because, you know, you're still, I don't know, if you're taking like enriched courses it might be a little harder, but I found it very easy. And then sophomore year I found a little bit harder. Sophomore year was a lot harder actually, because I feel like that's when you're starting to do like AP classes, or like in like accelerated, like the accelerated classes get a lot harder, and the curriculum just gets a lot harder like sophomore, junior year. Yeah. Also upperclassmen aren't really scary at all. They didn't really do anything in my school. Like they honestly find freshmen to be really irrelevant, which is a good thing. So they don't really care about you. That sounds really mean, but that's actually a good thing, because they don't care about you, so they're not going to bother you. Nothing happened. It was just like they're just taller and older than you, and they're just walking in the hallways like any other kid. And yeah, so it's not even, they're just older than you. Like they don't really care. They're seniors. They want to get out of high school. They don't care about people beginning high school at all. Okay, now I'm going to get into more of your schoolwork. So obviously when you get into high school there's a lot more schoolwork and a lot more stuff that you have to remember, like projects and essays and stuff. I am the definition of procrastinator. I feel like a lot of people are procrastinators. So am I. I'm a really big procrastinator, and that hurts me sometimes, just knowing that I do everything the night before. I've stayed up till like 2 o'clock in the morning doing projects that I started the day before because I just didn't feel like doing them. Just keep up with your work, do it at your own pace. For studying tips, I like flashcards personally. Sometimes I will go on Quizlet. If you guys have ever heard of Quizlet, you can make online flashcards on there, or I'll just make handwritten flashcards. I'm more of a flashcard person personally. And also, if there's any extra credit or bonuses that teachers give, if your teacher's giving you an opportunity for extra credit, just take the extra credit opportunity. Like no matter what it is, even if it's a lot of work, just do it. I've always done extra credit. It's just been something that I've really liked to do personally, because I'm a really bad test taker. I suck at taking tests. I'm just very bad at it. So I always rely on projects to save me and extra credit to save me. So I always do extra credit, always work really hard on projects, and that's how I get my grade to boost up. So find your weaknesses and your strengths, and like I said, my weaknesses are tests, and my strengths are projects and like extra credit and stuff. So that's what I usually work a lot harder on to help maintain my grade. Lastly, I'm going to talk about influences. This is really easy for me, at least, because I've never really had any bad influences on me. I feel like a lot of people are really scared about like bad influences, but I've never really had bad influences, because I feel like it's the people you hang out with that kind of determines your influences. So like let's say you hang around bad people that do bad things, and obviously you're going to have bad influences on you, and like you're just going to be have more peer pressure on you. All that bad stuff you hear about in high school, it's who you hang out with, who you surround yourself with is what's going to happen in the long run. So I hang around people who have good values and have good goals and stuff like that. So I'm surrounded by good influences, and I never really have to like be like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna be peer pressured into this. Like that never happens to me because I'm around good people. So that's pretty much the end of the story for that. Just hang around good people. It's like middle school as well. Like obviously when you get into high school there's gonna be more things that you're gonna have to face, but if you have good friends then there's no problem. Like nothing bad's gonna happen to you. Have a lot of fun and it won't be a big deal for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll see you guys later.